Hey everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be the beginning of a reading vlog that I want to do this week. The fall is approaching. I don't see it outside yet, although it has cooled down a little bit. No heat wave right now. But I wanted to do a dark academia reading vlog. So I have two books I want to read. The first one being, of course, Babel, which I've been dying to read it. Babel. I think this is my most anticipated book of the year, or definitely top 3. I could not help myself. Did read the first couple pages last night. Listen, you couldn't expect any differently, but I will be recording my reaction as I go through it. I think, I'm predicting this is going to be 5 stars. That's what I'm expecting. Hopefully that's what happens, and then when I'm done, I have a little, I'm not showing you the front yet, but another kind of dark academia, which I will be watching the movie of and probably crying after. So that's the plan for this week. I'm really excited. Hopefully I will end up loving it because I'm predicting 5 stars. After the Puppy War, I would have read literally anything by the author, but Dark Academia, absolutely. It's pretty chunky, but I think it's gonna go well. A huge thank you to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video. Book of the Month is an online service for readers. Their mission is to promote new and emerging authors and help readers discover books that they'll love. How it works is simple. Their team vets hundreds of books each month and give their subscribers a choice of new and early release books. You pick the one you're interested in and you get it sent to you. They have a great skip policy, which means that if for whatever reason you don't want a book that month, you can just skip and you won't get charged. So for the month of September, you have 5 options. I will be putting them on the screen, so feel free to choose. Look up your favorite ones, but I got to choose 2, so I wanted to share them with you because the premises sounded so appealing to me. So the first one is Killers of a Certain Age, which you're following 4 women who are 60 and they have been assassins their whole life. And they basically were planning to retire, but on their trip there, they become the target and they have to, fight for their life one last time, which that just sounds so funny to me in a good way, like a very unique, different mystery thriller. So I will be hopefully finding time to read this ASAP because that premise, like I said, is so unique. I need to see more books like that. That's just so fun. And the other one, I really love the cover. I don't feel like I own enough books in that color. The Fortunes of Jaded Women, which I think is considered magical realism, but you're following this woman and her ancestor was cursed because she left a marriage to be with her one true love, and all the women in her family are now cursed. They will only have daughters. They will never find true love, happiness, and everything. So now in her generation, they learned through a psychic that in their family they will have 1 funeral, 1 birth of a son, and someone will get married. So things seems to be changing, and it just sounded really interesting too, so I wanted to try this one. They currently only ship through the US, but if you are interested, you can use the code LEAVES to get your first hardcover for only $9.99. I will link everything in the description box if you are interested, including the code LEAVES. And now let's get to reading because I have a lot of it to do. Okay, first day update. I'm not done for today, but I need to update you. I'm at page 62. I'm already really enjoying it. I had received a few comments of people mentioning that they ended up not liking the book, which made me nervous, but I expect slow paced and character driven. I feel like it's always the case with Dark Academia, and I'm just fully absorbed. I'm really enjoying it. The father, he's clearly the father, such a piece of poo though, but I'm really happy that Robin, listen, I'm calling everyone's name in French in my head, so I keep saying like Robin in my head. I'm really glad that he has Rami and they're going to be close friends. I'm really happy that they'll need each other because clearly the racism is already hard to read. But I wanted to mention I really enjoyed the first sentence. I like when a book starts with a good first sentence. It's, I'm going to put it here because if I read that with my accent, we'll be here until tomorrow, but I feel like it started pretty good. So yes, first impression, I'm very happy with it. I can't wait to just devour the rest. I'll update you throughout, but I'm expecting this, like I said, to be 5 stars. So it better be. Okay, so I'm now at chapter 13. The weather is cooperating. It is warm, but it's raining, which is very moody to go with everything happening in London and raining all the time. So it's perfect. I am absolutely loving this. I'm loving this. The whole found family vibes, whole Dark Academia vibes. I like that she once again uses colonialism as one theme in there, but also a little bit of capitalism. I really like her female characters. Main character is a boy, which she writes great too. And I absolutely hate Professor Lovell. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Maybe I should sound snobbish and use a British accent. Speaking of accent, there's a few sentences in French and I feel very snubby being able to understand them. There's a few funny moments which she writes well also, and I really like the way she's approaching the whole racism and sexism, considering this is in the 1800 alternative version of her world. But still, I'm just gonna go back to reading. I'll talk to you later because priority. Second update. Do you guys know how to, like, am I doing something wrong with my phone? Don't look. Because I feel like the quality of my camera is really bad at night. Anyway, I read another 6 chapters. I'm at page 202. I am loving the whole like found family vibes. I really like his friendship with Remy, Victoire, and even Letty. And I absolutely don't like Lavelle, which I don't think it's a spoiler, but that's the only quote. Like, I'm going to keep this whole thing spoiler free. We're going to go with vibes for the vlog. But I have to mention one sentence, which isn't a spoiler, but he's talking about Robin, his mother, and he's saying, oh, she was just a woman, like only just a woman. I knew he had bad vibes. I knew it. But so far I'm really loving the whole dark academia vibe. It's a little bit info dumpy, but I don't really mind because it's all about languages, which I wasn't sure if you were supposed to say Babel or Babel, or Babel or Babel. The French comes out. I wasn't sure, and I looked it up, and turns out the author pronounces it Babel because the main character, I didn't mention it, but I had no idea. I follow a main character who is saved, brought to study at Oxford translation, because there's magic linked to translation, and you have to like know the language properly to be able to use the magic. So because he is Chinese, he's able to speak Mandarin, so he's important for that reason. It's not common there. And I don't remember where I was going with this. Oh, Babel. Okay. The author is calling these people like the babblers, like that's what people call them in the school, which hence the pronunciation Babel that the author uses. But I think that normally it's just like US versus UK kind of accent thing. But yes, for the sake of the book, we're gonna have to call it Babel, which I will try. I think Babel sounds better. But Babel it is. The theme seems to be somewhat similar to the Poppy War. It's definitely about colonialism. I will not say it probably once in this whole vlog. Be prepared. I also appreciate how she's handling sexism with the 2 female characters that I mentioned, but also like teachers. And I, so far, still really liking it. I feel like the whole like info dumpy, because a few people have commented now that I've mentioned that I was going to read it. It always happens this way. This is when everyone comes out and tells me, I hated it. I didn't finish it. And I'm like, no. At the same time, it reduces the pressure. If I don't like it, it's not that big of a deal. But so far I'm excusing all of these things because even if the whole message is a bit in your face, you're seeing it through the eyes of like a very naive, sheltered teenage boy. Like he's been translated to a different place. He's completely under the thumb of Professor Lavelle. Like I'm not taking it badly. So far it's a 5 stars. I'm just, the vibes are good. The vibes are good. So I'll update you tomorrow, but so far loving it. Another day, another update. I'm like 300 and something pages. I've been trying to read like 100 pages a day, and it's flowing really nicely. I have to say that the last couple of pages, or a section of the last pieces I've read, I'm not sure how I feel about it. It feels very much, we'll see. Gotta say, you're seeing the situation from a first person point of view. Main character, like I said, is pretty naive, but he's a little dumb. Like, how do you not see the whole Anthony situation for what it is? It seems obvious to me. But they have now left Oxford. I'm going to keep this vague again to keep this spoiler free. It was a difficult read. I really like how she's doing the whole like moral compass thing, like Robin not knowing, like he doesn't feel like he belongs, like he's not Chinese, but he's not also someone from Oxford. So he's like kind of stuck in between wanting to do the right thing morally, but also does he have to sacrifice his comfort / survival? So I really like this whole discussion. We'll see what happens with the rest. I've heard that it gets pretty intense, so we'll see about that. I feel like a lot of people that reads classics would really like it. I feel like dark academia and classics tend to be quite close. But yes, classic girlies. I mean, by girlies, I mean everyone that reads classics. I feel like when you learn a second language, which, I mean, obviously I'm thinking about that a lot because this book is about languages, but there are words that are just fun to say. Like girlies is just really fun to say, or like nine kind of sounds German to me. It's fun to say. But yes, that encompasses everyone, including your pets, because these are some of my favorite DMs, by the way, on Instagram, when people send me pictures of their pets watching my videos. 10 out of 10. But yes, I think a lot of people will enjoy what's been going on so far, but I'm curious how she's going to end this, because I feel like she's currently taking a huge bite. I don't know if she can chew it. I wouldn't be surprised because, again, the Poppy War, but I feel like there's been a lot leading up to this, and now what is this? We'll see. Okay, so let's talk, because I just finished Babel. I put us in the whole setup because I have enough thoughts to warrant the effort of sitting within the books. Okay, I had about like 150 pages left, and you know how I mentioned earlier that it felt like the message was a little bit in your face, but I was explaining it to myself that, like, I mean, you're following character. He's a naive young man, teenager, and like it makes sense that, you know, it can be excused that way. For the last 150 pages, the author literally grabs you by the neck and rubs your face in the message. And like, I see that as someone that completely agrees with her about the whole like colonialism, individualism, patriarchy, capitalism. Like, I agree with her, but it felt very like, you know, it's obvious, it's very in your face, and like around here we say en beurre épais, which means like adding like a really thick layer, you know, it's a lot. I do feel like the ending was good, but I felt like the rest of the 100 pages were just not great. I'm so annoyed that I'm saying that, because I really thought this was going to be an all-time favorite book, and I think it's going to be a 4 stars because of that. I just felt like it just went on a different tangent. It was more action driven, which some people might enjoy, but it just was nothing I expected, and it felt a bit, I'm going to regret saying that, but almost a bit YA, in a sense, like, of everything that the action that the main character is doing. Like, I'll explain in the comment section on the spoilers if you want to know more, but I don't know how to explain it better at the moment without spoiling everything. And even if I use spoiler, I don't think I would explain it much better. But it just felt like very like one teenage boy against the world, which you see very often in YA books. That's what I mean. Because I don't want to be that person that calls an adult book written by a woman a YA book. But yes, damn it, I really thought this was going to be 5 stars. Some things definitely surprised me, some not so much. I saw it coming, but it didn't make it better. I still suffered. The author is still not afraid. See, I felt like it wasn't as harsh and gruesome as the Poppy War, which some people will be glad to hear, but I still feel like she's not afraid to hurt you. And it's a good thing. I feel like more authors should. It's painful, of course, but it makes it more interesting. So yeah, I need a few days to just let it mariner, stew. But I thought this was going to be 5 stars. It's a 4 stars. It's still great. I do think a lot of people will still really enjoy it. My favorite part was definitely the part that some people thought was boring, just dark academia, just the person going to school. Listen, I like that trope. I like it. So to cheer myself up, I wanted to show you the other book I'm going to be reading, which counts in my head as dark academia. Well, you can confirm or infirm in the comment section, but this counts. This totally counts. This is Dead Poet Society, which I didn't know was a book. I have seen a movie. I cried while watching the movie. It's been years though, but I was thrifting, getting things for the library, the house, and I saw this book and I was like, yeah, I mean, Look at that bright spine. Of course it caught my eye. And now I need to read this. I think it might be YA. It's 166 pages, so it should be a fairly quick read. So I thought I would just read it, then watch the movie and cry. Hopefully you stay around. Stick around to see if the book is better than the movie. Will it? I feel like usually the book is better, but I feel like the movie might be. Because, I mean, Robin Williams, it has to be better. Good morning. I wanted to update you because I have read the book, then watched the movie. And I have to say the book was kind of a bit disappointing. I think it was written after the movie. If so, that would be really dumb because of the changes that were made. I was really afraid to rewatch the movie because there's a few scenes in here that, yes, they felt very dated. It was published in 89. Like a few comments about natives, for example, but there's also a whole scene where this boy falls in love with a girl that he saw once, and she invites him to a party, and she's engaged to someone else. In the movie, I don't remember. In the book, I think they're just dating anyway, and he basically sexually assaults her, like grabs her boob. So while she's like kissing her boyfriend, so like she won't suspect it, kind of thing. Anyway, I didn't remember that being in a movie. And yes, in the movie, he pets her hair and then kisses her forehead, which still not okay while she was sleeping. But like, if this was inspired by the movie, that would be very questionable about the author. I need to look that up before my wrap up at the end of the month, but very questionable. I also don't like the whole idea that like if he pursues her hard enough, she'll change her mind and date him instead. Not a great message. Like at all. Now I know where these messages came from back in the day. I overall think that the movie was just much better because Robin Williams, of course. And I think there was just a lot more emotions. Like this was very, very quick. But I guess if you're a teenager, I feel like this would be something you would read in school. Oh, there's also a whole scene that is in the movie, which again, questionable if... I need to look that up before I finish the vlog. There's a whole scene where the teacher shows a bunch of like pictures of like girls, maybe not half naked, but like there's one where like she's bending down. Basically, you can see her underwear to distract them during a pop quiz. So apparently she wrote the book based on the movie. What is wrong with you, woman? What is wrong with you? Wow. I am not impressed. I am not impressed. The movie was better. Don't read the book. You would waste your time. Why did she write the whole scene about the pop quiz? Oh my gosh, I need to reevaluate my life, or she does. Anyway, on that note, overall, I do feel like this put me in the mood for fall, even though the movie was good. Didn't cry this time though, but it was still very touching. Max 3 stars. I will have to, considering that it's based on the movie, I think it doesn't deserve 2. Like I'll give it 2 because the scenes are just no. And Babel, of course. It was great. I just need to go and read some reviews, but I'm afraid it's going to change my mind before I have time to like fully decide. But I'm settling to 4 stars. I think that's my official rating at the moment. So a 2 and a 4. But the movie was a 5, so it compensates a little bit. So yes, I hope you're having a great time. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite dark academia books, because I'm planning a video on some of my recommendations soon. And I'm always looking for more to add to my list. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.